What's up guys, Houndish here, and today I've got just a quick news update for you guys. So nothing super massive or major, but we have some information about the campaign and whether you can play with fire teams and how that stuff's going to work. We have confirmation of roughly when to expect the expansions for Destiny 2, which I'll talk about in a moment. The silver microtransaction type currency is returning in Destiny 2. And as well as this, I also wanted to point out something interesting about exotics, which is somewhat spoilery, but I will warn you before I talk about it. Firstly, I started seeing a rumor circulate on Reddit today and on a couple of other websites where people were talking about the campaign for Destiny 2 and kind of arguing about whether you had to play the campaign solo or whether you could play with friends. And this stems from some stuff that people saw in the strategy guide that was leaked, and it obviously wasn't very concrete information, but it was also kind of backed up by something which was said on IGN, which also people have kind of got a little bit confused about. That stuff doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is that you can play Destiny 2's campaign with your friends. So Mark Noseworthy actually came out and tweeted, you do not have to solo Destiny 2's campaign to play it again co-op with friends later. That's absurd. Some opening moments are solo to support story before you can fire team up and shoot monsters with your friends. So I just thought that was worth pointing out. There will be, you know, small sections of the game, particularly at the start, where you have to be solo, but there will be a point in time, I suppose, pretty early on where you'll be able to team up with your friends. So in case you kind of caught wind of this rumor, there you go, solo is not a thing for the campaign outside of a few select sections. Moving on, we now have an idea when we will be getting the expansions for Destiny 2. Of course, a long while back it was leaked that we would be getting these expansions firstly in the winter and then in the spring of 2018. And naturally this wasn't, you know, too wild of an assumption. We've seen a very similar thing in year one of Destiny, but a game store in the UK actually posted this image earlier on, and you can see expansion 1 winter 2017 and expansion 2 in spring of 2018. So there we go, it's confirmed. We will get Destiny's first expansion before, you know, the end of the year, and then we'll get another one in the spring of 2018. They've kind of left these broad for now. Obviously we'll hear about expansion 1 some point, you know, in the next few weeks probably, and then expansion 2 really could happen, you know, from late March, anytime up to about June really. But this does give us, you know, a solid idea, and then it's likely that we'd get, you know, between June and September where we hit the 1 year mark, and there'll probably be another big update or an expansion of some sort. Back in Destiny 1, that's when we got the Taken King, which was the most significant update to the game. So in terms of the first year at least, content droughts really shouldn't be an issue. This is pretty exciting. You'll also notice in this image that when you buy the expansion pass from this particular store, you get a limited edition bonus keyring. So, you know, this will be in the UK. We don't know if we'll see the same thing in the US. I'm sure they'll have an equivalent at the very least, and these kind of promotions will continue with the expansion passes going forward. Another image from a GameStop in the US actually confirms right here that you can get silver in Destiny 2. Obviously, again, not something that's super shocking, you know, we assume that this kind of thing would carry forward. We also saw the booth in the farm, and one of the descriptions reads you can get exotic weapon ornaments as well as other gear. So exotic ornaments in particular will be returning, and obviously we'll see other stuff in the form of these microtransactions as well. Like I said, not particularly shocking, just worth pointing out. And now we're on to the spoilery part of the video. I'm actually going to keep it pretty minimal, talking about some weapons in particular. I'm not going to name them, I just want to talk about kind of an ability or a capability that we're going to see with a couple of weapons in Destiny 2. Obviously, if you don't want to hear any of that stuff, now is the time to leave. So amongst all of the exotic leaks, and I'm not going to show you guys images like I said, there are a couple of weapons which have a really interesting capability, which essentially can be paired with a counterpart legendary weapon. So basically these are kinetic weapons that you would then have an energy weapon which is its counterpart, and when you equip both of them, what it says for both of these weapons is that when you have them paired, you will be granted additional benefits. Now we don't know what these benefits are. It's possible that they'll actually be kind of listed on the counterpart legendary weapon itself, but this is really interesting and really cool that they're creating, you know, even more of these kind of loadout possibilities. Obviously it is one that's designed to work together, so you're not necessarily kind of selecting what you want to use in a particular loadout, you know, you're kind of pairing two things together. But I'll be curious to see, you know, exactly what these bonuses are that you actually get and how they affect kind of the way that you play the game, whether it's PvE stuff or PvP stuff. I'm sure some of you will actually have seen this leak on Reddit, but like I said, I want to be kind of careful about leaks and spoilers at this point, but there are some really interesting things to talk about. But that's going to sum up this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it as always. If you have, a like and comment below is very much appreciated, and if you're new new to this channel, be sure to hit subscribe if you want to see a lot more Destiny content going forward. For now though, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you very soon.